The WVVA Summer Practice Tour makes its second go-around in Greenbrier County as we head to the east side with this team looking to battle in AAA and finish with a postseason berth. Our Christian Raposa previews the Greenbrier East Spartans.
Show them who you are and get the job done.
The Greenbrier East football team went just 2-8 in 2023. They have not seen the playoffs in 3 years. In some cases, that may call for something new to be done, but they think the only revision that is needed is a fresh approach.
You know, we didn't really change anything. The only thing that changed is they came out this year with a whole lot of excitement, better attitudes, you know, and I'll just say, and ready to play.
With a tough season like they had, it is not unheard of for players to call it quits. But thankfully, they did not have that problem, and it all started with leadership.
Despite how our season went, our team all coming back mostly, all of our skill position, and I'm happy that they rely on me to get us going, get the team going.
Although it did not go as planned, the team sees 2023 as a learning experience with something to build on this time around.
They got those Friday night jitters out of them. A lot of them, that was their first time playing Friday night football. So now they got that under their belt, and they know what it's like, and they know the mistakes they made last year.
The squad is full of juniors who had tons of playing time last season, which can be a huge factor with how loose they play this year, and the players noticed that.
They also learned a lot, like Brody learned a lot, Grant learned a lot too, and it's going to mean a lot for our team to help us move forward and win some games.
Quarterback is the most important position on the field. That is Brody Hamrick, who is excited to show the rest of the teams what not just he, but what his team can do.
I've been working, going to camps and stuff. So yeah, we're ready for this year. We all been working, so.
Of course, every team wants to win a state title, but as they know, a championship-winning football team is not built in just one practice or game, but an entire season.
Trying to build some confidence this year. Got bigger players, more experience to really pave the way to the playoffs.
With all of their familiarity with playing time, the players realize they need to continue to put their heads down and be committed to the grind.
Work all the time, no matter it's the first couple days or halfway through the season, we're going to keep working.
Here for you in Fairleigh, West Virginia, Christian Raposa, WVVA Sports.